Good day everybody, welcome to our YouTube channel, and today I'll be helping you on revision on SQL in database programming, and we'll be looking at a previous question paper which is November 2022, and this is for grade 12. So now we'll be looking at question number 2 here that says SQL in database programming. Okay, note that they said use only SQL code to answer question 2.1.1 up to question 2.1.5. so we are going to be using SQL statements for the first part of this question. So let us quickly get into that. Okay, now my first question here, they are saying display all details of clients who live in Bloemfontein from the TBO clients table sorted according to client surname field. Okay, so I'm going to double click on my 2.1.1 button. It will take me straight to where I have to write my code. So I'll be using select statements. So it's going to be select all from TBL clients where the city is equals to Bloemfontein, must be in double quotes, then order by client name. Okay, so let me just check my spelling there, Bloemfontein. Okay, so let me run this program and see if it is giving us the desired results. Okay, now I can see that it's displaying all the results of the clients that were from the city of Bloemfontein. Okay, so I want you to take note of these grade 12s. Note that the result that they give you as output, or as example of output here must always be the same with the results that you get when you write your SQL statement. Okay, so now let us quickly go to the next question, and the next question is saying display the collection ID, collection date, and number of cans of collections made in January. Okay, so in this instance we are not selecting everything, but they are specific fields that you are selecting. Okay, so let me go to my button. Okay, so I'm going to say select which field. Now I want the collection ID. Comma, I also want the collection date, and I also want the number of cans. Remember, your field names must be exactly as they are spelled in your database. Number of cans, where am I going to get this? I'm going to get it from TBL can collection. Okay, where the month, now I'm going to use the month function. Remember, my question is saying I must only display the cans that were collected in the month of January, and I know that my month of January is the first month, which is 1 basically. So I'm going to say where the month of the collection date is equals to 01. So now I want you to know, or to take note, that we do have a month function in SQL that helps us to extract only the month in a specific given date. even we also have the day function. If you want to extract the day, we also have the year function. So we use those functions whenever we want to do extractions on a date, given date. Okay, so now when the month is equals to 01, so now here I'm going to close my bracket here because I want to extract the month from this date, and it must be equals to 01. Yeah, like this. Let me run that. Oh, you can see that is displaying only the cans that were collected in the first month. Okay, now let's go to the next question. Now the next question is saying clients code has been provided to enter the letter using an input box. The letter is saved in a variable called sLater. Display all details of clients whose client ID starts with the letter entered. Okay, so I want you to remember this criteria, that whenever you want to display something that looks like a certain variable, or that you've got something that is contained in it, then we use a like operator. In SQL we use a like operator. So let me show you how do you make use of a like operator. Okay, so now I'm going to say select, and I'm going to select everything from the TBL clients table where the client ID is like. Now remember, you could use a quoted string here to together with your like operator, but I love to use our quotes. So I'm going to say double quotes, a single quote, plus my variable sLater. That looks weird. sLater. Then I'm going to say plus. Now I'm going to say single quote, then I put my wildcard, my percentage. We call them wildcards. Remember, those are the ones that tells me which part do I want in my result. For instance, here we want our client ID to start with the C later, so which means I put it at the end. It means it's going to start with something that is in sLater. If I put in both sides, then it means that it can be anywhere in between our result. And if I put it at the first, it means that it must be ending with that particular letter. Then I'm going to close with my double quote here. Okay, so you can also make use of a quoted string function there. It is also correct. Now here it's where client ID, not where the client ID should be, where client ID like our sLater variable there. So I'm going to just run this. Let's see. Okay, we're going to put, let me check what letter did they put there, or they put the letter J. Okay, so I'm going to put a capital letter J there. Oh, it shows me all the clients that have got a client ID that start with the letter J. Okay, so that is how we make use of our like operator together with the wildcards. Okay, let us quickly move on to the next question, 2.1.4. It's saying clients will receive 8 rand for each kilogram of cans collected. The company uses the formula 1 kilogram is equals to 76 cans. Calculate and display the total amount that each client will receive for the cans they have collected, formatted to currency. Now display the client name field and the total amount to receive using the field name total amount. Okay, so this is a calculated field that we are going to do, ladies and gentlemen. So I need you to listen to me very, very carefully here. I see a lot of learners tend to struggle with these calculated fields, and they also contains a lot of marks, as you see that is having 8 marks in this instance. So I think we need to give it a very close attention. Okay, so let's get to it. Let me just get to the button where I'm going to do that. Okay, so now if I look at this question, I know that, okay, now 1 kilogram is equals to 76 cans, which means I need to divide the number of cans by 76 so that I can know how many kilograms are there before I can multiply by 8 rand per kilogram. Okay, so now I'm going to do just that. So I'm going to say select. Now I'm going to select the client name, comma, then now this is where I'm going to do my calculation. I'm going to say, okay, I want to sum, I want the total of what? The total of the number of cans that have been collected, number of cans. Then I'm going to divide this by 76 so that I can see how many kilograms is it. Then I can then multiply by 8 rand. But remember, I've been told that the result must be formatted as currency, so we use the format function to do that. So it's going to be format, then I'm going to say comma in double quotes currency, then I close my double quotes, then I close my bracket there. Okay, now they also told me that using the field name total amount, which means I'm creating a new field here, and we create a new field by saying as total amount. Now it means that my result is going to be in a new field that I've created in my database. Okay, then I'm going to specify where am I going to get these details. Now I want you to take note of this. Remember, the client name, you are getting it from the client's table, and the number of cans that have been collected, it's from another table called TBL can collection. So now we are getting data from 2 different tables here, and we need to specify, okay, that we are getting from both of them. So I'm going to say is total amount from TBL clients, comma TBL can collection. Okay, so I've specified that I'm going to get the client name from this table, and I'm also going to get the number of cans collected from this table. But now I need to know the foreign key, or the key that is linking these 2 tables together, and that one, if you go up here and check in your tables, so you're going to see that we've got client ID and client ID. This is our foreign key that is linking these 2 tables together. Okay, so just know that your foreign key is a field that you find in both the tables. Okay, so now let's go to our code. So I'm going to say, okay, from TBL clients, comma TBL collection, TBL can collection, where the TBL clients dot client ID, this is my foreign key now, is equals to TBL can collection dot client ID. Okay, and I'm going to say group by our client name. Okay, so that is it, ladies and gentlemen. Let me just run that and see. Okay, oh, you see it's giving us the results formatted as currency, and you can see that a new field called total amount have been created in your database. Okay, so now let us go on to the last question in this part of SQL, and it's saying the details of a specific collection of cans were captured incorrectly. Modify the details of the record C003 in the TBL can collection table as follows. The number of cans must be set to 250 and a payment was not made. which means the payment field or the paid field must be equals to false there. Okay, now let us get to it quickly. Now this is where I'm going to write. Now we have an update. This is an aggregate function that we use if you want to update your fields using SQL. So I'm going to say update which table, TBL can collection, update TBL can collection, and set the number of cans, set the number of cans to be equals to 250, and I also want you to make the paid field to be equals to false there. And there is a criteria there. They say where only do that to those who have got this collection ID. The collection ID must be equals to C003. Okay, let me run that and see. Oh, it tells me that my database have been updated. Okay, so that was it for this lesson, ladies and gentlemen. This was a revision on SQL, particularly for the grade 12s. Okay, see you in the next video, where we will be continuing with the second part of the question, that is database programming.